title. Chris Stuckmann.
You ready to get Stuckmanized?
I did. What does Stuckmannize even mean, by the way?
Everyone needs a gimmick for the YouTuber.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know because I try to watch a lot of Chris Stuckmann reviews now. I mean, I used to watch them. Now that I watch him, I was like, my god, this guy is so monotone.
Yeah, I used to watch him as well. Him and Jeremy Johns. I don't know. It's just some kind of like the YouTubers, like you kind of get you just kind of outgrow them at some point or something like that.
The thing is, I still watch Jeremy Johns. Like, his reviews entertaining, even though if I disagree with him. That's a funny thing.
Yeah.
But like for Chris Stuckmann, I was like, my god, you're just. I was like, now that I watch him, I was like, I didn't realize how monotone he is.
I think Chris has also like changed his dynamic a lot ever since he got more into the film industry aspect. That like he doesn't want to say anything negative, essentially.
Oh, fuck off. Like, seriously, I make films as well. And someone actually gave me a script. Like, okay, I would not say anything. Someone gave me a script and he asked me, "Can you please criticize the script? And tell me just say it negatively." So I was like, I have no idea. What the fuck are you thinking?
I know like one of the big talking points from like that discussion was like when Madam Web dropped and like he was not really saying anything like wrong with the movie. But I mean, so to be fair, there is like he's blaming Sony itself, the company, because yeah, they fucking suck, and that's completely fair. I 100% do believe that, like, you know, they just made the movie to make a quick buck because they've said that as well. So yeah, because people are clamoring in on like a Madam Web movie, which feels like AI generated that movie out. So you know, I get it.
Yeah,
but there's still ways to criticize the writing, even with or without. The studio is fucking ass. So
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think a lot of studios are ass. Like, look at Disney. Doesn't mean that I would say that everything Disney made is shit. I mean, we literally did a stream of Andor. Like, okay, 4 streams of Andor.
Yeah.
What do you?
So, just to kind of like, I mean, obviously we're talking about our like relationship to Chris Stuckmann's channel as a YouTuber. It's definitely like if you compare some of his older videos to his newer ones, he's definitely has completely changed his way of going about YouTube in general, which you know it happens.
Yeah.
But I do think like I do think the interest in terms of that is just not the same as what it used to be, and I think it's also fair as you get older. There's
fair. I mean,
you're going to change your game.
No, fair. I mean, I don't even want to like do a lot of YouTube videos now. Now that I found different interests, it's fine.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's like pretend that you care, or if you don't want to make it, just don't make it.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's just the fact that anyone can tell you how much effort you put into your videos.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, because like he's got like the whole, obviously, like filming with movies in your background and all that stuff. It's like not like the craziest thing to do. I mean, Jeremy Johns literally just talks in front of in front of a green screen. But like you can still feel like whether even when he likes something or dislikes something, he does put the energy into what he wants to say about the film or show or game he's talking about. So it's like that kind of level of like, you know, I mean, to be presentable is like one of the key things, especially when it comes to gaining the interest of people. And I mean, obviously, not to say like we're YouTube experts or anything like that, but like, yeah, it's just like you definitely feel it.
It's weird.
Yeah,
I mean, the thing is, like, speaking of which, Jeremy Johns actually reviewed this film. So it's like, and he actually met Chris Stuckman,
yeah.
and also like the John Falkinger. If you don't know, he used to be in a lot of Chris's videos, and even in
Yes,
one of his short films. And he also reviews it. And he even actually talked about like the process of Shelby Oaks from what he knows.
right.
I actually watched it, but basically when they are together, Chris actually takes some notes about, oh, I have an idea of this film. I just go write it down like in the middle of the night.
I used to really like his hilariosity reviews.
No, yeah, that's the
When
thing.
he used to talk about dog shit movies.
It was like, I don't know, because he put a
Because like
lot
there
of
was
effort.
he put a lot of effort into those, especially because to make skits or like to tell particular jokes or to change the dynamic of like how he's presenting it to make the joke funnier. Yeah, it's just like when was the last time he did a hilariosity?
Never. I mean, he even did hilariosity in his own films. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, you actually find the reviews, like, what's it called? Okay, basically his Indiana Jones spin-off film. He actually made a hilariosity about it.
yeah.
It's like
That
he
was
actually
funny.
knows how to make. Yeah, it's funny. He actually knows how to make fun of his own films.
Yeah, I feel like that was ages ago though. Now that we're looking,
Yeah,
I'm just looking at his catalog lately.
but
Oh yeah,
yeah.
but going off of that preamble, yeah. So Shelby Oaks is it's not his like it's not really his directorial debut. It's just a feature that is in the movie theaters. That's his debut. But he has
No,
filmed, written things, and produced things before. Obviously, just on a
no,
much smaller level.
no. He made feature films before. You can literally hear he admitted in multiple times in his own videos, and even make videos about his feature films. This is just the feature film that is on the big screen.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's still a big achievement, obviously.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
As a YouTuber, going up to have your thing in movie theaters all around. I would probably obviously not everywhere, but stuck in it. We didn't
Yep.
get yeah. So Shelby Oaks is produced, written, and directed by Chris Stuckman. He worked with Mike Flanagan with an executive producer, which I thought was kind of crazy. But you know, money's money.
To be fair, Neon Picture gave him like $1 million extra after he finished filming.
Yeah.
That was wow.
Yeah,
Oh, if you
it's made $5 million already in the box office. So
it at the very least it broke even, because I think they changed the budget. Like now it's just like 1 million, and it's like 1.4 million. It's like, oh, fuck off! It's more than that, because Neon gave him 1 million and the Kickstarter is 6,500,000. So it's like, no, 650,000. So it's like it has to be more than 1.4 million. I'm sorry, but I still think it broke even though. Right now.
yeah. He had a few names too. Like he had Keith David in here. He had Derek Mears. Yeah, and then he had some people that have worked in other Michael Beach as well. And then he had, I think, the actress who played the younger sister. He's actually worked with her before on one of his. So the thing is, like, so the way that this film is essentially, it's about a woman, played by Camille Sullivan, who is determined to find her sister, who went missing while investigating the mysterious abandoned town of Shelby Oaks. The film is based on and a continuation of Stuckmann's alternate reality online series of fictional found footage videos about paranormal investigations, named after the Paranormal Paranoids, which also had Sarah Dern as well in that. So that's
Yeah.
that's essentially what it's about. Um,
Yeah.
it was written by Stuckmann, and it was the story was with him and his wife. Um, they started as an independent production. They had crowdfunded through Kickstarter. By March 2022, it had the most funded horror film on the platform, raising $650,000. And it took place, the photography took place in Ohio as well, where Stuckmann is from. And yeah, and we also talked about the collaboration with Neon as well. That happened in October this year. And in terms of the reviews, it's pretty mixed overall, like 55% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Jesus.
And I think one of the bigger, so from the, at least like not to say a lot of spoilers right now, it's just like people were kind of like feeling okay. I mean, the home video style of like the paranormal activities kind of thing, with the camera and all this stuff. That was kind of fun. That was like that was like 20 minutes into the movie, which the movie is like 92 minutes, so not a long film at all. But then it goes into the cinematic style where people kind of like weren't as interested, but then you kind of get like the third act essentially. It's just it's combining two tropes in general, like the conspiracy theory of like, oh, my sister was abducted and I need to find her, but like nobody seems to believe me, kind of a thing. And
Yeah.
then it becomes a religious cult thing.
And then it's a lot of like animals, and then we just got like there's some
Demons.
Jesus. And then there's like got like, and then we also got like, how to do it, describe it. It's like evil baby.
Yeah.
It was like, oh just there's just a bunch of, and it's just a bunch of tropes mixed into one for no reason.
Yeah, the baby's a son of Set.
Oh yeah, that's from what's it called? The good, good omen. No, sorry, the omen.
The Bad Omen, yeah.
Yeah. God. Also maybe a bit of like The Exorcist.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, it's just not. It is like a lot of films you've seen before, kind of a thing, or like you take elements of different films you've seen before and combine them into one movie. Um, that's like the best way to describe it. So, is there anything you want to add into?
So
I
I
haven't.
guess I want to say my standards. Okay, usually I'm really nice when it comes to like independent funded films because I do that as well. I make them. I also help you make them. I was like, I'm really nice about that. Unless you would tell me to criticize it like intensely, I would not do it. So, but because someone did, so I'm gonna do it. But like if you don't, I would not be. I'll be really lenient. For this one, I was like, oh, I guess I would be nice, and then I was like, oh, it's also on the big screen. So I was like, I'm just gonna judge it like any other normal film. I don't think I would have any filters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think I need to provide some context. This film is funded for 650,000, and they shot it. Chris wrote it, and then Neon gave 1 million just for reshoots after the production is done. So basically, this is self-funded film, but Neon gave 1 million more and put it on the big screen.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, for Mike Flanagan, he actually helped the script. He actually gave notes to help Chris improve the script, by the way. And that was not an ass pull. Mike actually said it himself.
I mean, I like Mike. Um, Not too much to add there.
Yeah. Good. I mean, I'm just gonna say this. So you're telling me this is actually the better version before Mike is involved?
Yeah. So I mean, my unfiltered thing is like I don't really hate the movie, but it's like I don't really feel anything. Like I don't feel like it was great or bad or okay or mid or terrible. Like I don't really feel anything. I just kind of went through 90 minutes. And, oh, that was a movie.
Okay, here's the thing. Because this is, I can tell you why this is. I've seen a lot of this kind of films before. It's like if you just watch like those like studio horror, it does not have to. It does not have to be like The Exorcist or something like a lot of money. Or I think Chris has a lot of like Hereditary. Like you don't need a lot of money, but basically studio and independence. For an independent film that you funded yourself, that's basically how it looks like. It does not matter like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes, or 90 minutes like this film. It's the same kind of film I've seen all the time. So I kind of feel nothing as well. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, I've seen this all the time. This is a lot of like those like small budget films, those self-funded films. Like it's the same structure. It's
Yeah.
like if you tell, okay, so basically, okay, and a lot of the directors love to make horror films because it's easy to make imagery. It's easy to like make what you want in horror films while not writing a script. Because if you write a script, you need to explain yourself. I mean, some horror films does it does not need a lot of explaining to do it. Just have to say that, oh, this demon is a thing, and that you can just run with it. But this film is built with a lot of intrigue and mystery about like why is she disappear and shit. So you kind of shot yourself in the corner that you have to explain yourself. I think the best comparison is like if you watch Cabin in the Woods by Joss Whedon. You seen that film?
Yeah.
Okay, and if Joss was like, oh, I'm not gonna explain myself, which is like, oh, how does this monster came from? Why are they in this place? Like, yeah, fuck you. It was like you're not gonna understand anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, as we're saying, like I I feel like when it comes to the movie itself, I was okay with the idea of like the sister's gone missing and the older sister's trying to go and find her, that kind of thing, and the wedge that it causes because of that. That part was like I can be fine with. Um, it's just like, but then combining it with like not just like the religious cult thing, but like to put the demon aspect. It's like I don't know. It's like it's just one of those like I just don't really like. I'm not a big fan of like demon kind of depictions. Not like from that point of view. It's more like you put all this effort to make things grounded and then to make everything supernatural at the end and all that stuff. It just kind of like, I mean, you straight up had like the lady do the force on
On
on the
Mia
on
and
Mia,
her
and then
sister.
yeah, and
Uh,
then you actually have Satan like drop by as well.
yeah,
So
that's Hereditary. Shit, I was like, jeez, and the Ohm.
yeah,
Like, oh my god. The, yeah, it's hard for me. It's like when you watch this film, you're just like, I think it's literally just like, wow, he wants to do anything. Why don't you just stick a lane? Okay, fuck it. Why don't you just make a film about like, oh, this girl is gonna be chased by a demon? If you just don't want to explain anything, but you wrote a horror film that you need to explain anything. You made a missing person film that she got kidnapped by a demon and someone got surgery. It was like, of course you gotta explain yourself. And you don't need to explain Halloween. Halloween. You don't need to explain Michael Myers. Just like, oh, he's evil, and he's just evil serial killer. It's like, oh, everyone can run with it. Like, but you made this film was like, and then because I know how, and then but because you don't want to explain anything, I was like, oh, okay, what's the point? Of course, I'm not gonna feel anything. This is gonna be a fun review, isn't it?
so The way it starts off with home videos of Riley Brennan. She's a paranormal investigator YouTuber, along with some friends, Laura Tucker, David Reynolds, and Peter Bailey. They're collectively known as the Paranormal Paranoids. And it turns out they went missing while investigating a prison in the ghost town of Shelby Oaks. The bodies of uh, during the course of the stuff, they find that the bodies of everybody except for Riley are found. They also found one out of the two cameras that were there, and one of the cameras had like the footage of the terrified Riley. So,
Yeah,
and this all happened 12 years ago.
man, she looks really good for 12. They just yeah. So okay. I think if we jump ahead a bit, with like you just all she said is I'm so scared,
Mhm.
and I was like, and then we
And
got
then
announcements.
and then it cuts to like the documentary style of like Mia basically explaining, "Oh, my sister's so great. She was all these things, a creative little being, and all that stuff. Always had a great imagination, but it also went into her nightmares as well, and she had a lot of night terrors growing up as a kid, and yeah.
Yeah,
So that's just kind of my you know, at least that's what happened. Yeah, 12 years later, Riley's older sister Mia is interviewed for a documentary about Riley's disappearance, and Mia asserts that she believes that Riley's still alive, and she would talk about the night terrors that she had as a child and believes something was watching her. Um, so that's really it. Again, it's not a very long movie, and it's kind of straight to the point.
like
Um,
the thing is like this documentary shows like, oh, it's just summary of like, oh, people don't believe, like my sister disappeared and we can't find anything.
yeah, in terms of giving exposition for the audience, I think it's a decent way to do it because I mean, it's a case about YouTubers going missing after 12 years, so it's kind of weird. I'm sure a documentary would be made about it, and documentaries are meant to be informative of what's going on. So I think it's a fair way to put this exposition in a way that it makes sense for the audience to learn what's going on. So I'll give it credit for that.
But how long does this last?
I mean, it's already 1/3 of the movie's already over by that time.
Yeah, fucking hell. And you tell me just you want me to sit 30 minutes in this film? I was like, just 30 minutes of exposition. Or like, if you tell me that, okay, fine, I would just watch 30 minutes of this. I was like, okay, I guess this could be fun. And it's like, oh, this 30 minutes just exposition. I feel like you can actually improve the film if you just cut off the first 30 minutes. So it's like, oh, so there'd be a bit more intrigue. I'll say that much. Man, someone is just commenting about the Wizards of Waver, the Harry Potter shit.
Yeah, I know. That's fun. Let's see. Yeah. So essentially, Mia. I mean, you get a little bit about Mia, but you don't really get anything past like she wants to find her sister. She has a marriage with Robert, but it's under a lot of strain. After the wake of the paranoids, they recently found the bodies of the other paranoids. But yeah, so and apparently they tried to have a child, but it never worked for them. So that happened, and then before the actual like start of the movie, I guess, which again is like about 20, 25 to 30 minutes into the movie, it's kind of like um, so a stranger arrives at Mia's door, and then he says that she finally let me go, and then has a gun and shoots himself in the head, and that's how the film opens. Again, 20 minutes in, out of a
Yeah,
90
and
minute.
I think this aspect is like criticized by everyone, like even the non-critical YouTubers, like Jeremy Johns, John Flickinger, and other YouTubers I don't remember the names of. No offense. Even said that was like, why does she have blood on her face still? That's not me. That's literally everyone. She should be washing off after like a day. But people was like, oh, she's scared, but like she stole evidence. She's able to compromise herself enough to steal the footage that is on the stranger's hand.
Mm.
Which the question is, why the fuck would she do that? Wouldn't she just handed that for the police? Now I get. Okay, I guess that she just want to watch it, but like after she watches it, why don't you just hand it to the police?
The police are bums.
Yeah,
Took them 12 years. Didn't find anything.
And the thing is, like, it said Shelby Oaks in the tape as well.
They also know it's Shelby Oaks, like, because that's where the bodies were missing.
Yeah, and it's like so. And then if you watch the entire film, it's like there's no reason police would not find the sister. That's a funny thing.
It's not that. So the only problem is like there is a supernatural element. So I can't really say that everything would have been solved by that point, because like the way that Mia finds Riley is via supernatural shit. So it's like, and that's kind of compounded with what happened at the end. So it's like, yeah, the police could like look there at Shelby Oaks, but they said like they've been looking for 12 years and found nothing. And the way that Riley finds it is because apparently Riley and Mia are both connected to Satan for some reason. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
And what? Yeah, I just don't know, because she just kind of stumbled upon the old lady. I say the word stumble.
No. I mean, well, it's intentional, but like it's a contrived. It's contrived to be that reason. So that's exactly why. But we'll get to that. So yeah, Mia receives the mini DVD. It's labeled Shelby Oaks from the man's body. The tape reveals that the paranoids were investigating the prison along with an abandoned amusement park. They are attacked and killed by the man, who captures Riley before the footage cuts out. And then Mia later sees a dog that has glowing eyes outside her home. Mystery box for something later.
Yay.
So when it comes to that aspect, I'm still like kind of like, these tapes are like pretty well edited and that kind of stuff. Somebody had to have the time to film and edit that kind of stuff, especially a murder or at least a kidnapping happening.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you don't think about it.
Yeah, and remember that person is like insane, controlled by a devil, and is actually in prison.
Yeah. So the thing is, so Mia, she goes and asks the former prison warden, who is played by Keith David.
Okay, quick question. Why don't Mia just give the tape to the police now?
Well, I was just talking to the warden, so it's at least it's somebody.
But like, yeah, of course. But like, you got a tape. Just why don't you just give it to the police? It's like, I found extra evidence. Because
Actually,
the
thing is, Robert asks about that. It's like, why don't you give it to the police? What are they gonna do? They're gonna. The logic was kind of fair. It's like, like they're gonna use that as like, oh, she's just gone, and like there's nothing we can do about it, and like they won't actually look for her. Or they'll sweep it under the rug and like, and then the big mystery, and they won't actually put the effort to find her, that kind of a thing.
It's weird, and but the thing is, like, it opens with a guy literally shot himself, and and he literally have the footage. I was like, dude, that's a lot of trace there.
Yeah.
You can so the police can actually investigate the warden already. You don't have to do it yourself.
Well, the warden was for a different reason.
What's the
one
reason?
second.
Because I don't. Oh.
Interviews the former warden. Where was the warden from?
No,
Honestly,
I know it is. Yeah, I think someone has to rewatch the film just to understand the logic of anything. Because I'm gonna be honest, this film feels like first draft. Or just
she interviews Keith David, who reveals that the name of the man is Wilson Miles. He was a violent offender. After Miles arrived at the prison, there was a computer malfunction that happened and opened all the cells doors. But even when that happened, Miles stood in place, stared out the window, and never left.
Yeah, so
kind of showing
that
how insane that guy is.
So yeah, the person who shoot himself is the guy. So is the reason why she investigated. It was like, oh, just give it to the cops. They will investigate it.
I think but you're also like, but the thing is with the conversation with Robert as to her explanation of why she's not giving it to the cops.
It's weird because I remember the examination. It's like what I it's too hard to let go or something. Oh yeah, they already gave up on her. But the thing is, like she said, for the cops, there will be nothing new. But like that's not true. Like someone just shot him.
No, but the thing is, like in this footage, like the thing is, they found the bodies prior to this footage being discovered. But like the body of the other 3 YouTubers, basically. So like, I mean, this video shows that she was kidnapped, but like even then, it's like being kidnapped from 12 years ago is like already kind of like a long time for anything in general from that aspect. So that's already kind of like, in terms of like how much will they actually gain out of that footage in general.
I think it's a lot.
What did you say the next part was?
Oh, there will be no. Okay, so he's left for that. Give me a second. And where is he now? Okay. They will. So the explanation, they use the game. They use the tape as the. Okay, so they will use the tape as like the ending of the story. Okay, that's the first reason, because they have bullshitted. They don't even have to look for the guy. His body's at the morgue rotting. Who else is left for them? They already gave up on her. For the cops, this will be nothing new. Nothing will change.
But like the thing is, like, obviously you can't really ask the guy since he killed himself. The only thing you could really go back for is to look where was he located all that time, and that would be the only possible connection they could get in terms of looking for Riley. So the thing is, like, I get where it's coming from, because it's coming from the aspect of like, you have this thing that's happened 12 years ago. You have already found the dead bodies of 3 of them, not including Riley. And then the person who captured and raped her, like, he killed himself, essentially. So it's like you kind of have, it does feel like all the pieces are there, that like they won't actually go into the due process of like actually looking for Riley post this. I think like that's where all this is coming from.
But the thing is, like, she did not even try. She just like, oh, he just did. The thing is, like, if there's new evidence, have you heard of cold cases in real life? When there's new evidence, they will reopen it. the thing is like I would not defend it if not the fact that the person has the tape and he literally shot himself in front of the guy in front of her. I was like that should be a big story in itself. That should be go to the news. Like it does not even matter for the fact that does he have the tape or not. It's like the fact that if someone shot himself in front of you, that should be going into news already. And the fact that that person actually has a criminal history. Like he caused like a riot in prison, like releasing 27 guards, basically kill a lot of people. We're like, oh, wasn't that made it into news anyways? And people would be like, wait, why does he shot himself in front of a person whose sister disappeared? And it's actually a really famous cold case that documentaries are made for. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, so anyway you slice it, it was like it does not work in the angle. That's what I'm saying. Because afterwards she also said they got dragged Riley through the mud. I was like, dude, they already did. They already did drag her to the mud. And okay, and even said that in the news article that inmates claim demonic forces caused deadly riots. It's like that. So you just basically explain the guy who shot himself is actually a person who caused a deadly riot in prison. Police literally did not give a shit.
Because the way they had it is like there was a computer malfunction. It's not really like it's a computer malfunction in general. So it's like, I mean, that's why the demon thing is so stupid. Because
yeah, and the thing is like it made news article. It's like it literally said dark country correctional riot. Inmates claim demonic force caused deadly riots.
but it's like, I mean, they're inmates, so like, how can you really prove it?
The thing is like this will get into news no matter what. So I just don't think that like you might as well just give it to the cops. And here's the thing though, I think the movie looked over. You can give it to the cops while investigating yourself. You don't have to hold on to the tape. You can literally make copies of it.
Well,
Like,
that's not. Well, I mean, like when it comes to the tape aspect, I mean, if you give it to the cops, like then you can't really investigate it. But then there's also like the fear in general that like they might dismiss it because they could essentially. Because the whole idea is that like you have everything, you kind of have everything in the video that kind of shows like why there is no real there's no real follow-up for the person, especially when you don't have the original person that had her is now dead. So it's like you have all these like elements of like you have there's like every possible way to like end the thing right there, that like there won't be any proper closure or like actual looking into finding her body or anything like that, or if she's still alive, and all that stuff. I mean, it factor that with like the how long it's been for everything that's been going on for this case in general. It's not crazy, and because like eventually they do look into like, well, not look into, like, I mean, she has like the Robert like tell the cops where she's located in the entire action third act scene. So it's like it didn't really, I mean, that's kind of the problem though, because like, I mean, we're talking about, oh, you should have done this, but the thing is like it already worked out exactly the way that it would have done anyway, just without the cops. But like if the cops were there, I mean, the only thing that would be is like they probably just wouldn't find Riley, because like the caretaker Norma, she's like um explicitly showing Riley to Mia and like all that stuff because that they're sisters and all that stuff. Would the cops be able to find Norma, and would she actually reveal Riley's in the basement, all that stuff? Probably not. I mean, they'd probably look into it, but at the same time, it's like, but Riley is fine, and then she ends up home, but with the baby, and then the rest of the movie happens. So it's like, honestly, like the cops knowing and the cops not knowing, that doesn't really do anything for
Oh,
the story because that's just how it's written.
I don't really mind. I just like for the stories, like yeah, it's fine. But like for Mia's perspective, it's like she should absolutely do it. I just arguing a character perspective. It's like she would absolutely do it. It's like, oh, but she would not investigate. It was like the police has no right to stop you from looking over the case yourself without telling them.
I mean, but like there are people who don't collaborate with the police though. Like
But
that's not
the
like an
thing
out
is,
of character thing.
the thing is like she did collaborate with the police in the film. She did it in the beginning. She did it
But this is like a
literally.
different. But this is like a different context.
But like the thing is like the police will have to, because you could tell you're telling me this guy who shot himself caused a prison riot in front of the person
But it's
who
like he
has
didn't.
had.
I mean, the thing that's the prison riot thing is stupid because like it literally said that the malfunction of the computer happens. It opens all the cell doors, and he just stands there instead of escaping like everybody else did. At that point, it's just like, I mean, he's just crazy. But like to call it demonic is like, I guess, because like I guess no normal person would just sit there and not choose to escape and all that
And
stuff. But then it becomes like it actually is demonic. So it's like, yeah, like I don't know.
and
That's why I
I
just don't like demonic stories.
it's and I think it's like the other thing is just the coincidence. You because like if you tell me Candy Montgomery met another serial killer, right? If you don't know who Candy Montgomery is, like basically she's the one who killed her best friend, and the city council decide to just let her go.
The one that
And
Elizabeth Olsen played.
yeah, and imagine she met another serial killer, right? What's another serial killer? Forgot.
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. It's like, and then they met each other, and there was like that. There's no and Candy Montgomery. Let's just play assumption, unalive herself in front of him. Oh, like, or Ted Bundy just unalive himself in front of like a Candy Montgomery. I was like you have to investigate. I'm sorry, because these two have like a record. Like there's no way the police is not gonna investigate when this if not the fact that there's no way they could call this a coincidence.
Yeah. I still think like I mean I think I think both of us just walked in a circle though in the end because like ultimately it didn't really matter.
But yeah, I just don't think the character wise it does not matter, but at the same time it just damaged the character.
I don't really think so, but because it didn't go anywhere is my thing. But yeah, because like I mean, at the end of the day, it's like what we're both saying is like if she did it, you do that, and then the same thing happened. Riley's safe, and then like the baby's safe, and but then you know the demonic thing, basically. But that demonic thing still happens because it was in the sanctity of their home and all that stuff. And then Mia doesn't give the footage. She goes look for the Riley and the baby. The baby's fine, and Riley's there, and then she falls off the window. So it's like I don't know. It's just like even with or without the character decision, it's like that result still doesn't really change ultimately. And that's kind of my thing. But yeah, I mean, I mean, outside of this, yeah. So Keith David Whitney was talking about like that. Miles stood out in the place of his window. Mia finds. So then at this, like Mia looks into Riley's belongings and she saw like there's like a demonic symbol. So it's like, so then you do like that classic trope of like, let me like do research on demons. So she learns about parasitic incubi and hellhounds, and then she becomes convinced that Riley was a victim of an occult ritual. And then because of this obsession with Riley's case, Robert leaves her. But yeah, Mia goes to the prison. She finds Miles's former cell, but when she looks out the window, she sees the ruins of the amusement park in the distance. But before then, she gets attacked by a hellhound. She flees to the amusement park where she encounters another hellhound and a farmhouse, and then she meets the occupant Norma, who's an older lady. When they go inside the house, Mia
Wait,
finds that
let's just stop it. How long does that already take?
yeah, I mean, it says the from the where she was standing in the prison, the amusement park was like a distance away, so like that's definitely like quite a walk or run to get there.
Why is everything so close to each other?
Small budget.
All right, but remember, Neon gave the film 1 million more.
That really is not that much, to be honest.
Yeah, it's weird. And then you just think, do you know how many? It's weird because you really think about it. It's like a lot of films is like a lot of horror films made 100 million from 1 million budgets. How much did like Saw made a lot of that, and Saw is like the famous example, like 1 million, 100 million. And then there's the other film I forgot. It's basically like a camera setting in a director's house.
Paranormal Activities.
Yeah, Paranormal Activities.
Or the Blair Witch Project.
Absolutely, the Blair Witch Project as well.
I mean, that was definitely the Blair Witch is definitely like Chris Stuckmann's biggest inspiration, obviously, which makes sense.
Yeah, that was.
But like, you do feel like, I mean, at least when it comes to the handheld camera footage kind of thing, is like the Blair Witch Project is like essentially like everybody tries to do it, and to the point where like when everybody does it, nothing is special, as Syndrome would say.
Yeah, and also Halloween. Halloween is actually made even way like 5 times less than Chris's film. Like really, that film is literally in a budget of 325,000.
To be fair, factor the inflation now compared to the 70s.
Let's see. Inflation calculator. Jesus, I hate it. 1,977,325. Calculate. It's Jesus Christ, 3 million.
Yeah,
that is still a lot. That is insane. No, sorry, I put the year wrong. Oh no, never mind. 1.7 million.
Relatively the same. Man.
Oh, to be fair, it's 2 times less.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I guess so. It's like, but still, it was like, okay, Chris's stream is 200. I think it says 1.4 million, but like, I'll give it the benefit of a doubt. 1.65 million.
So you got to factor like he got 650,000 from the Kickstarter.
Yeah,
and then that's what he was working with. Then Neon gives him $1 million.
So I think, yeah, I'll just say that let's compare it to Halloween because for now it's 1.78 million. That's the closest,
Mhm.
and that's is shot in a lot of locations. You can see that they shot in a lot of streets and areas.
Yeah.
But and even that was like you can see where the budget is about like shooting a lot of locations. But like in this film, it feels like everything is just a walk away.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of like what they're working with, it's really the lighting and the cinematography aspects. That's like it's clean. It looks like a movie and all that stuff. But outside of that, it's like it's not really not a lot of things going on in terms of like that. I'm sure like there's some costs like set locations or that
And
would need some money here and there. Keith
Keith David,
David,
and Mike Flanagan, they absolutely
Derek
cost money.
Derek Mears, yeah. Yeah, so you got things like that. You also have like the two CGI things in the movie, which I don't know about that. But
And
yeah, it's gonna cost some money to do that. Didn't look very great, especially the dogs.
yeah, and then he also want to shoot in the Shawshank Redemption prison.
Yes, yes.
Is
Which is also from Ohio.
is that place opened or you
It's
have to rent?
abandoned. It's abandoned,
Oh,
but like people, you would have to rent it, obviously. So it's like
oh shit.
that would cost money too, for sure, because since it's iconic.
Yeah, good lord, that's gonna be so tough. But yeah, that's gonna cost a lot of money.
Yeah. So that's so basically that. I mean, we're right at the end of the movie, essentially.
Jeez.
So
Okay. By the way, she
so
outrun a demonic dog.
yeah,
How
yeah,
does she outrun a demonic dog? I have no idea.
because the demon doesn't want to kill her.
Okay. Also, I have a quick idea. Why don't you just go to Shelby Oaks? Okay, I have a better idea. Why don't you just go to
They
Shelby Oaks
aren't. Well, to be
during
fair,
the
they are.
day? During the day. During
That's
the
not
day.
horror movies are meant to be in the nighttime.
Oh shit! So let's go there unarmed, in a place where my sister disappeared
She's
at
not
night.
unarmed. She has a knife.
Buy a gun. You're in USA.
But guns are bad.
But you think dogs eating people? But you think that okay, I don't know what to say. I don't care. You should you should in this film.
Yeah. Yeah, so in the house, Mia finds evidence that Norma is Miles's mother. And there's like a bunch of photos of like basically a bunch of photos, which I'm wondering why take these photos in particular. Like that's kind of my thing. Is like there's just so many video footage and like pictures in general of like I don't know if like even like I know they're insane, but like wow, think of all the evidence that we just have ready for the police to look for if they were ever to find us in this location. So yeah, so like all this stuff of like you can see that there was definitely a lot of attempts of getting something inside of Riley and that causing bleeding and all that stuff because that happens. Yeah, so repeatedly that action happened until one day it finally worked. Yeah, great. So it turns out that Norma is a devotee of the incubus named Tarian. Um, and Riley gave birth to a baby boy after many attempts of, rape. And Mia texts Robert to send the police for her location. Norma leads her into the basement where Riley's in prison. Mia frees her, but rather than leaving, Riley instead goes upstairs where the baby is. And Mia witnesses Norma incapacitate Riley before performing a blood ritual over Riley's newborn. and there was a glimpse of Tyrion, but then Norma dies from the blood loss, and
do you want
Mia
to slow down
greets
like
the infant as the police arrive.
Do you know how long does that take?
2 minutes.
You got everything in 2 minutes. Literally, me, I just show up in the old lady's house. Like, by the way, the old lady is like, this is like the most inconspicuous, like, like the most like obvious evil person ever. It was like, it's. I think she just screams, "I have me, I have your sister," right, just from the looks itself. And she was like, "Come into my house," and she was like, "Yeah,
Dirty
sure,
Bird.
why
What was that Stephen King villain? Kathy Bates, I think, who plays her.
Jesus, the writing is so good, right, guys? I don't even know how to describe this. Yeah. So this is, and we got this, and then she was like, okay, by the way, I don't think she has a knife. She just picked a knife from the old lady. I was like, oh, so basically she just comes in unarmed.
Off the vibes.
Yeah, and she just stumbled across this house. I was like, I found this house in the middle by driving through it.
Yeah, I mean, so like just to go from this aspect, Mia is definitely our protagonist in the story, but there's not really anything to the character. Cares about her sister. Something weird is going on with her sister. Sister this, sister that. There was a time where she wanted to have a kid. That didn't happen. She looks for her sister. She finds her sister. And then her sister dies.
Yeah.
Not really much to the characters in general.
And she was like, how did she find the place? Oh, I follow your dog. Genius.
Yeah. So, and this is like the last 5 minutes of the film. Riley and the baby are taken to the hospital, and they're discharged after. That night, Riley attempts to
slow down. How long does that take?
Again, it's within a 5 minute montage, essentially.
Jesus Christ! Like, yeah, I can't explain how many things that I skip over just for, like, you understand this, right? We have 30 minutes of opening. Is like, here's videos that was basically just exposition, and it's like, and a lot of things just happen in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And the old lady just basically, I kill myself. Mia does not even do anything throughout most of the film. She just, like, I guess she freed her sister, but like, even if she freed her sister,
but like, the thing is, like, the old lady helped her do that essentially. So, like,
what the?
Because like she didn't actually use like any of her own individual skill. It's like, I'll show you. Let me open the door. And where's my sister? Where the fuck is she? All right, she's down here. So it's like, well, that was easy.
And then the sister was like, I want to kill the old lady, and then Mia just like, I guess I'll follow you, instead of have knock some sense into her, just leave and call the police like a normal person.
Well, I mean, the police are there, to be fair, but they come in after. But we just needed to set up the demon that will be in the last shot.
But yeah, then she just killed herself. Anyways.
Yeah. So Riley and the baby are taken there. Riley attempts to smother the baby until Mia stops her. Riley insists that the baby is possessed and it must die. Then the two sisters, they struggle, and there was like a crack window this entire time. There was like a metaphor about the cracking of their relationship and that kind of thing,
What? The fuck? Their relationship is strong. Like, literally, Mia still remembers you after like 12 years. And she literally supported you while you want to kill that old lady. Basically, you guys ran to commit suicide.
Yeah. But yeah, so the crack, she accidentally gets pushed out of the window. Riley survives the fall, but then all of a sudden the hellhounds, they just surround her and eat her as Mia looks in terror.
How long does that take?
20 seconds.
Why
And
the
then
first? Yeah, Jesus. How? Why is
and
there
then
so
there's
much
like
information?
and then there's like a voiceover from Mia realizing that Riley's childhood belief that something was watching her was actually Tyrion, and it was observing both the Brennan sisters, because like he intended one day one of them will bear his child and the other will raise it. Tyrion appears behind her, grabs her shoulders, and Mia eyes glow as she screams, and that's when it ends.
I feel like we just skip past like an hour.
That's our podcast right now.
Genius. Okay, so let's just let me ask you a question. What the fuck is Terran's plan?
One of the sisters to raise his son.
Okay.
Maybe for a sequel movie.
Yeah. Quick question. Why does she need to? Why does she need? He needs an old lady, a witch, to set to control a prison guard to walk in front of her to kill herself and give her a tape again. Why don't you just
her
rape?
son can grape the daughter
Okay.
multiple times until finally I got a kid to work.
Okay. Why don't you just RAPE that person, the sister, let her go back to Mia, and they'll raise the children together.
Well, the problem was the miscarriages.
I mean,
she miscarried a few times, and then the last time it worked.
Okay, why don't you just knock her and the baby out, and then put them in the front door, in Mia's front door. When one of the attempts succeed.
So it looks like the aspect of missing for 12 years in that aspect is like gives the desperation of the sister to look for her sister, which is not really like a crazy concept because that's just like a family thing. It's like, yeah, I'd assume that her sister would want to one day find her younger sister and all that stuff. So it's like it's not really a genius plan there. But that kind of, I guess, the hope that she goes out of the way to go and find her, to eventually find her and the baby together, take them home, and then start this relationship and all this stuff. And it's like, oh, like all these things could happen. It's like, well, the thing is a demon, so maybe it has the sense of the future because it's a demon. So,
but the demon relies on every character being like as idiots. Like, and also the fact, why don't just
like
the
the
sister
real
say,
demons.
all right, that makes sense. That makes total sense. It also makes total sense that why don't the sister just tell him, this baby is evil, or better idea. I don't want this baby. Let the cops take him. Like, if you're okay, I don't want to discuss this, but like if you're a victim of SA, you kind of don't have to be obligated to take care of the baby.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a shitty aunt, but yeah, you don't have to.
But like, who cares? You got locked up for 12 years and got RAPE. No one's
I'm talking
yeah.
about Mia.
But yeah.
But I mean, but Riley's motivation to kill the baby is like fair, in the sense that like this thing is possessed by the devil. We need to get rid of it like now. And obviously, most people are like, I'm not gonna kill a baby because that's weird. But yeah, so there's that conversation. Well, if you had access to Hitler's baby, what would you do? Kind of thing. So there you go.
It's weird because here's the thing. We're here. We actually see it's weird because like, okay, did the sister ever said that this baby is evil? Is a demon?
Basically, it's just kind of like there's evil in the baby. We need to get rid of it. It's possessed. It must die, basically.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And then Mia, like obviously not wanting her sister to kill a fucking baby. It's like, well, my sister would not be a murderer, and the kind of the thing. And
I mean, you did not stop her from killing the old lady, but sure, feel free to say
well, to
that.
be fair, the old lady killed herself. So
But yeah, oh God, this is gotta be. They just want an excuse for her to not kill anyone. They're just like, I don't want you to. I just want this ending for no reason. Like, what's the point of this ending, anyways?
it feels like a sequel in mind, but that's not something that Chris has talked about. To be fair, you don't need not these kinds. Even if a good film, even if this was a good film, you don't have to make a sequel. Like, to be fair, you don't have to do that. I mean, again, like you just talked about, Hereditary kind of did that too, and Hereditary is a pretty good movie.
I mean, I think the thing is that no one likes the ending of Hereditary. People like the film, but like if you ask me, like, I don't like. Even Chris is like, I'm not a fan of the ending.
Yeah.
But I think Chris ripped off the ending of Hereditary.
Yeah.
It's all Satan.
So honestly, with this kind of movie, I think the more interesting thing to talk about is the production thing, because like obviously, because like we're still talking about like even good or bad the film and all that stuff. It's like it's still like a YouTuber going from the routes of this and then going to make a film that is out for the movie theaters, and that's definitely a big accomplishment, even if it's a good or bad film.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure. So it'll definitely inspire people to try and all that stuff. But you got to think about when you give somebody the red flag, and it's, well, a red flag. Um, how much effort will you put into this from other people? Well, to be fair, I mean, this is the same Hollywood that allows like a bunch of like Winnie the Pooh Halloween movies, that they've already made the Poohniverse with like other dark Disney horror films like Bambi, Peter Pan, and Pinocchio, and all that stuff. So it's
Uh, it, it's weird. But have you seen the film Talk to Me?
talk to me.
Yeah, a horror film called Talk to Me.
Sounds familiar.
That is also made by two YouTubers.
94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So this is not really like the. Okay, this is not really like a odd thing out that Chris Stuckmann is like the first YouTuber to make be funded for a YouTube film.
Oh, Talk to Me is also funded with A24, so it's like,
The thing is like it's A24. Basically, it means that they will know the script has to be good.
yeah.
It's like yeah.
To be fair, the reason I wrote the title is just something generic. I know Chris is not the first YouTuber to be a filmmaker. Like, I know that. It's just
No,
I
no,
wanted to be
and
funny.
the thing is like oh no, I believe you. It's just like, oh, Chris, but the thing is Chris is the first one to do it, or Chris is the first YouTube critic to do it, and it got funded by a big studio. It's like, yeah, I guess in that aspect, I don't think Nostalgia Critic ever have a film that's funded by a studio or Relator Media. I'm not sure, but like this is not real. If you don't know, Talk to Me is made by the YouTuber. How do you say it? Rika. And apparently people think that movie is good. So what do I know? So yeah, you can, even if you're a YouTuber background, you can make a video. You can make a good film funded by a studio. So it's like, if someone just like, oh, he's just a YouTuber, it's like that is not an excuse.
Oh, Raka.
Yeah, Raka.
Both filmmakers, YouTubers, and stunt performers in Australia. Um, Yeah, you know. Well, like, I mean, some other aspects, if we're just gonna talk about some influences and stuff like that. To 2021, he signs to write and direct a supernatural horror film called Shelby Oaks. The film is based on and a continuation of an online alternate reality campaign created by Stuckmann himself, which depicted a series of found footage videos from the paranormal paranoids, a fictional paranormal investigative team who went missing while investigating a ghost town called Shelby Oaks. It was partly inspired by Stuckmann's relationship with his sister, who was shunned by Jehovah's Witness church, which they were raised. He had produced by 4 people. It was delayed with a potential strike by the International Alliance and Theatrical Stage Employees Trade Union. It did get funding through the Kickstarter. We talked about that. Yeah. It was suspended because of the strike that in 2023. He also had notes from David F. Sandberg, Sev Ohanian, Scott Beck, and Brian Woods, and gave notes after watching the rough cut. In 2024, Neon acquired worldwide distribution rights to the film. Yeah. The first 30 minutes were, so this is according to Backman, the editor. The first 30 minutes were so strong. This documentary sequence was really eloquently prepared, and it also just hooks you from a narrative perspective. I had seen so much effort to compress the opening parts of this documentary scene, and I remember thinking, this is my first impression of the movie. You can really lean into this. You can actually let this thing breathe. You can really just firmly establish right off the bat the tone of this thing. So let that breathe, really set the tone, and really ratchet up your sense of dread immediately. So they liked the opening stuff for sure.
But then the question is, why don't you just make the opening the entire film? Okay, here's the thing. Okay, if you don't know, David S. Sandberg is also a YouTuber turned director. He also started from horror. Like, if people just like, why don't we just make this the first 30 minutes like, oh, here's a conspiracy movie about Mia just finding her sister through like the camera footage, and then let the cops do all the work. You can still do that.
Nobody likes the cops, bro.
Oh yeah, that's basically why the entire film, Mia goes to the cops for help, and they actually provide everything for her, aside from asking them to just go with them.
That's not even true, because like everything did get given to her.
Yeah.
Without the cops, so
it's like she's just an audience character. She just stumbled across everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, but yeah. Also, I checked the last scene of the film. The sister literally never said the baby is it's a son of Satan or something. All she says like it's inside him.
So here's something else Stuckmann talked about. There were a lot of differences between the original cut and the theatrical cut in the Hollywood Reporter. The original cut screened at the Fantasia International Film Festival. Riley died upon falling from her bedroom window, and the film ended with the home being surrounded by hellhounds. Following the reshoots, the final was slightly altered to have Riley survive the fall, only to be mauled to death by the hellhounds, while Mia is approached behind by the demon Tyrion. To film this sequence, 3 trained dogs were imported from Sweden and Siberia. A flashback sequence was also added to the film, featuring a young Mia witnessing Tyrion appeared in Riley's bedroom window. A 911 call detailing the discovery of the paranormal paranoid's body was also added into the film. I actually liked that. I thought it was kind of interesting when that was in the opening sequence, while a longer sequence detailing the backstory of the amusement park was trimmed. According to Stuckmann, a total of 11 minutes was cut from the original cut.
To be honest, I think he should cut more. That's more doesn't mean that you. I don't think there's anything that's too substantive in the documentary sequence. I mean, it's fun, like if you watch it at first, but like at this point, you just realize, oh, that's just exposition.
Yeah.
I love the Tyrion shit. So wouldn't Mia just decide? So after Mia accidentally killed her sister, wouldn't Mia just tell give away the baby? Or is Tyrion gonna do anything? Is also gonna RAPE her?
No, so the way that Mia says in her line is like it seems like Tyrion was interested in both sisters, but for one of them to have the child and the other one to raise his child.
So why can't she just?
As for why, we don't know.
The thing is, like, why can't Mia just kill her if she knows this, or just give the baby away?
Why would she?
If she knows, yeah.
No. Well, she didn't kill her sister on purpose.
No, I mean, if the plan is just for Mia's sister to born her, give birth to a demon baby, and Mia to raise her, can't Mia just kill the baby, or okay, at the very least, give the baby up? Wouldn't that destroy like Terrence's plan? Because she knows the plan now.
But the problem is like that realization came after her sister died.
But yeah, of course, but she knows the realization. She can still not raise the baby.
But Tyrion has already possessed her.
Really? That's the shot of Tyrion possess her?
Well, like it literally grabs her shoulders and her eyes turn to that golden, like glowy thing that the hellhounds have.
Jesus Christ, the special effects are so shit, I could not even make notes of that.
Yeah. So because like Mia sees Riley outside the window and then sees the dogs eating her basically. And then afterwards, like she is touched by her shoulders by a Tyrion, and then her eyes start to glow. And then that sequence of her realization, like that was just like right when we were being watched by Tyrion. One of us was supposed to give the baby, one of us is supposed to watch the baby. So it's like it all happened in that split second, essentially. I don't know.
It's a weird plan. And then if you tell me Terrence can just possess me at any point, why don't you just? Wouldn't that have more questions? Why don't you just have Mia's sister just like possess her? Okay, Mia's sister get REPE until like all of them succeed, and then she just took the baby to Mia by possessing the sister, and then now you can possess. Okay, and then you just possess her to kill herself, and then just possess Mia.
Shit.
Yeah, just get a phone call. Because now you're talking about possession, like that is such an OP power.
I mean, he's a demon, so.
Yeah, I think because I say this, YouTuber, like this kind of filmmakers, like horror filmmakers, like do not like to explain stuff. They just want imagery. They just love the idea of the shots and what kind of shots they want to do. They really did not think of it as like because if you tell me this is the planet and you have this insane power, it's like it opens another can of worms.
Yeah. But yeah, not really much to say. I mean, it was a 90-minute film. It was quick.
More like 80 minutes. Oh yeah. Do you remember the husband?
Yeah.
What's the point of him?
That she's not gay.
Fair, but yeah,
But like, I mean, it had the small theme that like both sisters had miscarriages as well, but that's about it. Both Mia and Riley had miscarriages, which I could see that as a factor of like, oh well, you know, Riley has been raped and by an evil person, a very bad person. So to have the son of a demon would make sense out of her, since Riley, Mia, I'm assuming is Robert is like a good person in comparison, so he's not gonna be able to have a demon baby essentially. So I guess the logic is from that.
is that in the film?
I mean, you got to talk about themes.
Yeah, but yeah, what does Chris want with this film? Like legit question. What does he want? What does he want to achieve aside from just cool shots?
I made a film with a big
Yeah, we
screen.
know. Okay, we know that you make films. You talked about it many times. What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve, Chris? I can tell you that much. I've never met a filmmaker that does not make a film that and the reason is because I just like the imagery. They at the very least want to say something.
I don't really have that much more to add. I feel like it's a kind of a shorter pod.
I think I just want to talk about like normal filmmakers. Okay, if you see the Keith David and a lot of like the TV actors, like it's quite normal for TV actors to just do a lot of short films. Like if as long as you're not a Hollywood star, I talk to Macy Williams do a lot of short films as well. Like even like Millie Alcott does a lot of short films. A lot of them basically need short films to basically have a living or just have more exposure to different people.
Well, Millie would be fine with superhero, but yeah.
Oh god, that's gotta be next year.
Where's my dog?
There's my dog. James Gunn's first draft film. Genius.
Thanks for watching it, bitch.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, even then, it's like, yeah, you got Keith David. He was cool, but like, that's it.
Like, and what Keith David did?
He just explained the guy you're looking at as a prisoner. He had this weird thing when he was our prisoner back in the day, and yeah, it's good that he's dead, but that's it.
Yeah,
Just it's exposition, really.
Yeah, they just want Keith David because like he's like really good. He's a good actor. He was like, oh, I can make everything more energetic.
It'd be funny if they got Morgan Freeman since they're back in Shawshank.
Oh, Morgan Freeman was like, Chris is not a good director. No, yeah, Morgan Freeman will hate you if you tell because yeah. Oh no, actually Morgan Freeman
I'm seeing clips of Morgan Freeman now. It's God, he's getting really old, man.
Oh, he's 90 something.
Hmm.
Like the thing is, like in Shawshank Redemption, he's actually 54.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman said that. Okay, if you don't know his interview, it was like what? Someone asked him, what does he think is a good director? He said, a good director for me is a good casting agent. He knows what he wants, and he does not tell the actors what to do. Like for him, it's like you just do everything in. Like you just tell him, it's like, oh, here's the camera, here's the lighting, blah 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 blah, and you do it in 2 shots. And he likes the director to just not tell him how to act. Okay, so I just want to say a lot of like history about a lot of films. Do you know Quentin Tarantino, Reservoir of Dogs?
Mm-hmm.
That is his first feature film, and that is a banger. It also made 1 million. It's also just a budget of like a few million at most. It launches his career, and he's also just an aspiring filmmaker, just like Chris is.
Yeah, it's a weirdo now, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's weird because like he just know Harvey Keitel. He how funded the film, and a lot of great big actors. Basically, he got lucky, but still, the script is so good. Some like one of like I think Sundance or one film festival just like okay, you're in. You gotta work with Terry Gilliam. If you don't know, he made Monty Python.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like yeah, his script is that good to begin with. I can't believe now that Neon does not look at Chris's script. It's like Chris, I don't understand what the fuck do you want with this script. Can you just I don't want to give you money. Like
I don't know if we should we give Neon a lot of credit for that, because you know Neon has some stinkers too.
what did
But
Neon?
I mean, it has good stuff too, like Honora, Ferrari,
You're kidding me? They made Parasite,
Parasite,
Portrait of a Lady on Fire. What the fuck?
Long
Spencer?
Legs.
Wait, how many films do they have? What the fuck? Honey, Loose Little Monster. Okay, I didn't hear a lot. I don't know a lot of the films, but like a lot of the films, but the films I know was like those are good films. What the fuck? And you
Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Palm Springs. What? Oh, Pig.
The Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah, Spencer, the one with what's it called? It's Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart. Never mind. Yeah, they should have took a look at the script.
What? He actually funded a lot of like Brandon Cronenberg's film.
Sentimental Value just came out Friday. Sally Fanning.
Ingrid Gone West. What?
That's a lot of good things here.
I, Tonya, that film won an Oscar, for fuck's sake. The Quiet Girl. The Quiet Girl? Seriously? What the fuck? Wait, how many films did they fund it?
Billie Eilish's documentary.
Okay, never mind. that one. Okay, no one knows that film. To be fair, no one remembers Billie Eilish now. And I say that even though I like a lot of her songs.
I mean, they had Parasite, so it's like.
Yeah. Oh, Honora as well. That won Oscars. Jesus. Honora is probably one of the best films. Like I think it's the best film this decade so far. I don't think any film is better than Honora this decade.
There's going to be a lot of hot takes for that, but, you know.
Yeah.
Everything is a good movie.
True.
According to the internet.
To be fair, Honora is the weirdest good movie because like most of the time it's like, oh, this is an indie film. Let's not talk about it. And it stars with Mikey Madison, but no offense, I love Mikey Madison, but she's not a big name before Honora. And then everyone's yeah.
Like and literally, her two popular roles, both of them have her burning to death.
Jesus.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and in Scream.
Wow. And here's the thing, Honora, and then there's like, oh, by the way, everyone started to post clips on how good Honora is. It's not just like Twitter. It's not. I'm not even talking about like this is the best film ever made. No, it's literally here's a clip, and people actually explain why Honora is a great character. why Annie's a great character in this clip. I was like, that's fucking insane. This is the first time I ever heard Twitter do something like this to a film that recently released.
But then you also have like, oh well, it's not doing great with like sex workers and all that stuff. I mean, inaccuracies happen all the time. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, compared to like the substance, no one knows about. Okay, do you know what the substance? What people talk about the substance on Twitter?
The creativity,
the practical effects.
the practical effects.
Yeah, no one talks about the characters. I was like, yeah, Anora's gonna be good. I was like, Anora's gonna be a good film.
Margaret Qualley's ass.
Yep, Margaret Qualley, and what's called Demi Moore is a great actress. Okay, what is her character?
She should have won an Oscar because she's 60.
I guess. I mean, she never won. She never have an award since 24. Genius.
Yeah. I had a thing from 6 p.m. Saturday to 6 a.m. Sunday, so I'm tired.
It's fine. What do we also what should? Yeah. Filmmaker. Yeah. I think the funny part is like no one. Like I've never heard a single person like Chris's film. Like everyone just like, wow, the best is just like he tried. I was like, dude, he tried like 10,000 times already. I'm not gonna give him credits. If this is the film that it's got put on the big screen, I'm gonna judge it like any other normal films.
Yeah. Again, like the thing is, like for me, I just can't really hate the film, but it's because I don't feel anything with the film. That's kind of that's kind of my thing. I don't like it. I don't hate it. I don't find it terrible. I don't find it amazing. I don't feel anything. I just watch it and I'll forget in T minus 20 minutes, as Jeremy Jones would say.
No, same. I probably just forget it in T minus like 1 hour. I mean, I actually did forget about it after I finished it. Like I expect it to be bad because I know how as a person in the filmmaking industry, I know how like horror films work. There's like it's just a lot of like not explaining a lot of like not starting the story and think sadness equals characterization when you're literally just repeating every information all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my problem with the genre in general. I know it's like we're talking about an independent creator versus a film studio, but even like with other horror films or other like conspiracy related, demonic related filmmaking, they do just recycle a lot of the same tropes to the point where I just really don't care for the genre as much, given how much of like we just had to kind of retread things for the sake of the story. Obviously, like you can tell like a story a billion times in different ways, and but like, well, in the same way, but like they can all be like constructed well or like give an idea or a feeling that invokes like something out of it, even though it's like you've seen this. Like obviously, like, like with Logan, I know it's wild to go to a comic book adaptation thing, but like, I mean, it's a father and a daughter going across the country for this kind of thing, and you have somebody needing to learn to accept her while she's dealing with her own things. It's like it's not a unique trait, like it's not a unique story, but like a lot of people like it because of how it was done, right? So it's like anything could be a decent story. So it's like, but
yeah, the thing is like at the very least I see like the studio horror films. There's an attempt to explain it. I say attempted. I don't want to say every horror film is good. Like there's an attempt to explain shit, but like this one was like there's no attempt. Like this is literally what I say independent horror films. Like I don't want to say all of them are bad, but that's a reason why I do not like horror because like it's a get out of jail free card for like horror doesn't need explaining. was like, well, that depending on what horror you are making. For Chris, it was like, oh, I'm making this film that is about like missing daughter, my missing sister, and he got kidnapped by a demon. I was like, wow, you need to explain yourself. Unfortunately, like I said, if the movie is about like this girl is chased by a demon, you don't, and she just want to kill her. It's like, I can accept it. Yeah, oh great, what a film. I guess there's a lot more better YouTuber turned films. Like David S. Sandberg's first film is Lights Out, and that is a horror film. How much is Lights Out? Lights Out film. Jesus, Lights Out. Okay, they actually never gave budget. Lights Out 2016 film. 4.9 million. That's David F. Sandberg's film. Short film turned into a big film. And what's a Talk to Me? It's like a Talk to Me is also a horror film by YouTubers. That's also horror.
Sandberg collabed with James Wan.
Yeah.
I think it was James who recommended Sandberg to do Shazam.
Seriously?
I think so.
That's insane.
It could have been the films could have been better. First one was okay for what it was.
Oh shit! Evil Dad. Fuck! I forgot Evil Dad.
Yeah.
Evil Dad is okay in 1981, 375,000. So translate for inflation. Okay, 375,000, and in 1981, so that's 1.4 million. Okay, a bit less than Chris's film, and that is an icon. It was like, so yeah, it's not anything like. Yeah, I don't think Chris achieved much. I mean, I think Chris broke even with the film. But compared to a lot of films, I was like, it's not that impressive in the box office. Fucking Evil Dad. Alien, yeah.
But that's like Ridley Scott was like already in his like, not in his prime, but like he had some stuff prior to that. So the 8 million.
Okay, here's the thing. Ridley Scott is in the industry, but he works at VFX. Alien is actually his first film on screen, on the big screen. I think so. No, okay, sorry, never mind. Alien is not his feature film. That's the Duelist. Okay, never mind. I never seen the Duelist.
Napoleonic. God, didn't he do Napoleon as well with
Oh,
yeah.
Let's be real. I'm not gonna watch that one.
God, these fucking dorks and talking about the historical accuracy bullshit.
Oh shit! His next film is called The Dog Stars. The movie is set in the aftermath of COVID. I'm sorry, catastrophic flu virus that nearly wiped out humanity. The movie follows the Hague, a civilian pilot and a tough ex-marine who face invaders and the hope for a better life outside their current dueling. The fuck?
Man, these guys really love Jacob Elordi.
Well, it's very. Oh god, Ridley Scott is not gonna be a good director. No.
Based off a book. Fucking dorks who care about book accuracy.
Curious.
Gladiator 2.
Oh, by the way, do you see what Ridley Scott said? I hate modern movies. That's why I watch my own movies all the time. Fucking. I guess he also watches the Gladiator 2 all the time. It's like that's a masterpiece.
Yeah. 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 I mean, again, not too much to say about, Shelby Oaks.
No, it's just Chris Stuckmann made the film and everyone's judging it. But
mhm.
yeah, Jeremy Johns think it's bad. No, think it's like good time when you're drunk. John Flickinger, same. And he actually knows Chris personally. Even he was like, okay, Chris, maybe next time you direct a film, just pick a script. Don't write it yourself.
Damn. Did he direct it though? He didn't do cinematography. I know that. He directed. Yeah, he directed.
Yeah, Chris absolutely has to direct it and wrote it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Oh, and I
would say direction-wise, it wasn't bad. Like in terms of like how things were going, but I mean, I'm sure getting a cinematographer from Neon would help. So.
Who's the cinematographer? I want to see this. Okay, so I want to say this. Do you know what a director does?
Direct.
Actual question. Okay, what does direct mean?
Giving directions.
So basically, yeah, it's a bit of because a lot of time the director people mix up the director as the DOP, basically director of photography, translation cinematographer.
Mm-hmm.
But the director is in charge of like communicating your vision. It's okay. Quentin Tarantino said, your job as a director is to have a vision, express it as clear as possible, and you hire the right people, and they will make it for you. I think he did. I think he does communicate his vision well, visually, and he did hire competent enough actors and people to help him. I think he's a good director. I just don't think he's a good writer. Like I've never seen a script that he wrote is great. Do you remember the iconic line? Tell that to sword snap neck. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. He's one of those. Yeah, he's one of those directors that I'm sorry, you need a writer.
Yeah.
I just think that a lot of the directors like I don't want a writer because the writer is gonna mix up my vision. It's like no. The job of a writer is to help make your vision come to life on paper. And they gotta make it as coherent as possible if you hire the correct writer. I know how this works. It's like it's quite easy.
Yeah. Any last thoughts?
Okay, I guess people just want to ask because there's a comparison. Is this film better or Critical Drinkers films better?
Oh, that's a good question.
I
Critical Drinkers film is like actually bad, but it's more entertaining because of how bad it is. If that makes sense.
Oh, I actually sit there for a question. Actually, sit there for like 5 seconds after I finished Shelby Oaks. This is my first thought. It came to my mind. Drinkers film is better.
It is better.
It is better, unfortunately. And I say that even though I heard that Critical Drinkers said that he thinks his film is worse. And I finished the film. Actually, seen Critical Drinkers film on stream with someone else. I stream it, and we should go through a lot of interviews. And we actually did not like it, and we actually hated the film. But I think Drinkers is wrong. I think his film is better. Like the problem is like Chris's film is much better looking.
Yeah.
That's the difference. But if you ask me which film is better written, it has to be Drinker's film.
But I think Drinker's film just has more going on in general. But like, I don't know.
I think there's an attempt to explain stuff, and there's an attempt for characters.
I don't know. I'm just like with Drinker, it's like you kind of just have like the whole like. Well, I mean, especially when you go after like the whole commentary he does about Hollywood hates men, so you can't really shake that off of like the stigma of like that being a part of the writing and all that stuff. So
don't get me wrong, I think he's stupid for doing that. It's like you just shut up. Next time just shut up. Don't say anything. But so that's why people judge you harsher than Chris Stuckmann. But if I have to remove, like, I do not care about who Drinker is. I do not care about who Chris Stuckmann is. If you ask me, judge the film on basically which is better written, it has to be Drinkers. At least there's a point to his film. I don't think it's good. I think it's quite bad. But I can see what is he trying to achieve with it. And there's a attempt to do characterization.
I don't know. It's just it felt like a direct-to-DVD kind of film.
No,
like,
absolutely.
That you get from Steven Seagal.
Oh, absolutely. I would agree with you.
I mean, the whole thing about like the secret CIA group that answers to no name, called the Shepherds and all this stuff. And then, characters appear. You feel like you're just supposed to know who they are. I don't know. Maybe if you read his books or whatever.
No, I absolutely agree with you. This is that film does not deserve to be on a big screen, but it is better written.
Yeah.
And our direct-to-video films. Let's see. Okay, would you rather watch Lion King 1.5 or Deadpool Wolverine?
I remember the sniper who was hiding behind the car a few meters away from the target and only missed because somebody just casually walked in front of the bullet when she took the shot. The kind of shit that we hear all the complaints about. Oh, the action fucking sucks, man. You can't do that. Come to find it. Yeah, I guess directing action is kind of hard, isn't it? But go ahead. What was your question? Something about Lion King?
1.5. The film that followed Tuma and Pampa's perspective. I was like,
yes.
What? I was like, would you rather watch that one or Deadpool Wolverine?
The first one.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say that it's not writing-wise. It's not inherently which is better, just because it's direct to DVD. Even if it feels like it. Is there anything I would say redeeming for Shelby Oaks? That is not the directing aspect. I don't know. Writing-wise, everyone is just meat puppets or just brain dead. And yeah, and there's no attempt for a story, just like, and that's it. But the thing is, like, if the reason why people just like treat this film as like nice because Chris is not inherently like, I hate you, and does not trigger a lot. He plays okay. He's really like a brat, like a white brat person. He's nothing. He's not offensive. He does not taste bad, but like he's just bland. So everyone was like, yeah, I guess he made a film. People are curious, but if you try to criticize him, was like, yeah, everyone just kind of whatever. Compared to Drinker, he's a really controversial person.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I still think like the only reason I'd put Drinker's film above is because it's bad enough that like you can there's just something you can get out of it because there's just more going on in general that like there's more to talk about. Like I mean, we just like breeze through like the 90 minutes like quickly in like maybe 40, 50 minutes if we were being genuinely like talking about Shelby Oaks. But like, that's because like there isn't really that much going on with the characters or like anything that's going on. It's just something that happened this day, and we were trying to figure it out, and that's it. I mean, it feels like taking a capture of somebody's real life, what they're going through, and just filming it. Like that's how to say. Because it's like I mean, I need to go and get my groceries. It's not an eventful thing, but maybe I had to jump 5 fire pits and save a bunch of orphans to get my groceries. But maybe that happened. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. Just like it feels like a snapshot into somebody's life. It doesn't really feel like a movie, essentially. So, but yeah, I mean, again, with Ryan Drake, it's just funnier.
Yeah.
For that elements. But yeah, it is what it is. I do think it's just I think it's better, but more in the sense of like you can talk more about it. I don't know if it's like for anything else other than that. Whereas like Shelby Oaks is like, yeah, I think the only thing it has over it is the cinematography and the direction is better in Shelby Oaks, but there just isn't really any substance to have more than that conversation.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's like, yeah, I think Chris can be a competent director. That's my only takeaway from the film.
Yeah. I mean, if John thinks like, yeah, just direct, don't write. Crazy, but I mean, you have to hear criticism. That's part of the job.
And it's not like John was. John is actually a really close friend of. Okay, used to be a really close friend of Chris. And then life happens, of course. Like even Jeremy Johns actually met Chris, so they know each other. Okay, they met each other at the very least.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Yeah, no, please don't." Just yeah, maybe he was like, "Yeah, but the writing is bad though." But you're a good director.
I want to see him do something outside of horror. I don't know if that will make anything better, but like maybe I mean I know he's a big fan of the genre. I'm not going to question that. But obviously like sometimes like maybe it's not your niche. Maybe something else would work better. But judging his Starlet Zod snap neck, I don't know. Or his Indiana Jones film, but at least he made fun of it, so it's a little different. I don't know. Maybe it's like maybe there's a way to figure it out if there's a better way for you to write that you can work on or to get better at. Otherwise, but I mean, like I wouldn't say quit right away. At least try other things, and if it really does not work, then yeah, just don't do that.
Yeah, I just think that some people. Okay, here's the thing: different writers have different strong talents. Like my specialty is actually character writing. I do not. If you ask me to write action, I would just say no. I'm not interested in.
Yeah.
But I talk to a lot of people. Some writers like specialty is horror and action. I was like that's and he actually does not know how to write like characters well, which is like also fine. I don't. It's like we can just work together and collaborate. But some directors just like I just can't write. I met them before. I'm not gonna say their names. I did not even tell them. I did not even tell them that what do I actually think. How you write things like it's not in front of you. Yeah, I was like, but just like it's just nature. Some people just can't write, and that's okay. It's like it's not like not everyone can be not everyone can be a good painter. Not everyone can be good like a constructionist. Fuck it, not everyone can just be good like a good swimmer, and that's okay. I'm not even saying that's to me mean. I was like, if it's just if you just can't do it, like Chris does. Like he's been writing it for like what 30 years. How old is Chris?
He's definitely in his 30s.
Chris Stuckmann age. Chris Stuckmann. Oh, 47. Okay, he's been writing it. He's been doing it since he was 15. So he's been writing for over 20 years. But for 20 years we've seen how you write stuff. I'm sorry, you just can't. You don't have, and that's okay. You can find other people and they will write it for you. That's what
I mean,
film is.
at this point, like he has like his name is like kind of transcended YouTube, like to the point where I'm sure there are other people who would be interested to work with him. Like they would actually want to interact or like try to reach out. I mean, like for fuck's sake, he had Mike Flanagan work with him. He's not like the best writer, but like he's pretty good in the horror genre as of like late. So at least in modern day standards. So I mean, hell, Mike Flanagan could have written your script.
Yeah. Okay. True. I was like, yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I'm not even gonna be mean with that. I know how filmmaking works. I know how hard it is. I've been there before. When I criticize things, it has to be just be writing. I was like, because writing is like it's so easy to control. I get it, but like you don't have to do everything yourself. This is actually I'm being genuine right now. You really do not have to do everything yourself. You just like some people are just. I mean, I'm not good at like cinematography, and that's fine. I just do other aspects. And some people just, it's harsh reality. Even if you try, sometimes you just won't be good at one thing. And that's okay. You can hand it to other people. Film is a collaborative effort.
Honestly, I know this would probably be a hot take, but like I do think Snyder in terms of his vision, I think he actually is pretty decent in terms of like at least getting what he wants, even if it's like I know if we're referring to like some of the things like in terms of his accuracy, it's like no, but like he knows what he wants and he knows how to get what he wants, like even if it doesn't make people happy. For what's being portrayed and all that stuff. I mean, it's kind of happened a lot with like some of his projects. But the thing I will not really question out of him is like he definitely does know what he wants as a director, and how to get whatever he want out like onto the screen like that. Sure, maybe it involves some sheeps to do his bidding and get them to follow suit with like the thing he wants to do, even if it's within character or not. But you know, but like what I meant to say is like there's a reason why he's been directing for so long. I mean, a lot of directors in general have been working for so long, and a lot of it comes down to what is it that you've done, or like what is it that like you can get onto the screen, good or bad. I mean, Michael Bay is still going to get work, regardless of everything. So, and no matter how much controversies you want to talk about Transformers, still got a shit ton of money, bro. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. I think Chris is gonna have more money. This is not gonna bomb. I already see it. I think Chris got get a next film until he got bombed.
Yeah.
It's like David Chazelle was like, if you don't know, he made La La Land and Whiplash. His last movie bombed, so he's got currently like have some hot water with the studio. So yeah, you're gonna be fine as long as your movie make money.
Yeah.
For Chris, I would be like, if I actually be genuine, you don't have to write it, and that's okay. You just have to find the right people, and he'll write your vision for you. That's like what Quentin Tarantino said.
So let's go past that, because the story is by him and his wife. From a story standpoint, regardless of the writing quality, is this like a story? My
No.
only thing is like, my only thing to that is like, I mean, anything can be a story. Me going to get my groceries is a story. There, how I do that is like kind of up to you, kind of a
Yeah.
thing. But like, so I mean, when you're talking about the story of this aspect, you have like, oh, like, you know, a sister is looking for her sister who's been lost for 12 years. She's a part of this paranormal group, and when she was investigating one of her paranormal skits, then something happened in that aspect, and finds her, and her life is not what it seems, kind of a thing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a story. It's for sure a story. Now it's just you got to build on that, but um, you know, I mean, everything is a collection of ideas until you actually start working on them. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, it's like if this is a story, it's like technical, yes, but like if you ask Chris, it's like he just does not know what he wants. If you tell him what do you want for the characters, he was like nothing. Like, but if you give it to a writer, the writer is gonna flesh out the character.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I'm sure, like, but the way that it spills out the ending of like Mia explaining, yeah, I realized that the two of us, we were being watched by a demon this entire time, because one of us is going to eventually give birth to the child of the demon, and one of us is going to have to raise the child, and that kind of a thing. So it's like, so I mean, if you're talking about a through line, so okay, you're connecting the dots of like, okay, so one sister is lost for 12 years, the other sister is looking for her, and they eventually find each other, and that sister that was lost, she gets killed, and the other sister gets possessed by the demon, and all that stuff. So it's like, okay, so there's your like two plot points. Now, how do you connect them? That's the missing part. I'm not gonna say it's missing. I mean, it's in the story. It's like, it's not there. It's just it's there. There's not a lot of meat to it though. You just it's just like one through line, but like the through line doesn't have any like spikes or like any kind of like, oh, like let's add some extra things here and there to give more character or more depth or anything like that. So that's kind of my thing. It's like, yeah, I mean, there's a story here. It's not a lot to it.
Yeah,
Would
the thing is
more
that
would more runtime help?
no,
Probably
no,
not. Definitely not. But the thing, my biggest thing is like,
you cut out. Hello, you just cut out. Rad, hi.
yeah. My thing is like um, I've never been a big fan of like, oh, you need to increase the runtime. If you don't justify your runtime from what you have, why should I believe that having more time is going to fix anything? Especially if you're using the less time to waste your time. Now, I'm not saying that Chris like is not accounting for that. I mean, I don't know that. I mean, he's the one who at least like directing all that stuff. Obviously, studios have their own mandates of like, oh, you need to do it in this time and all that stuff. That's tough, but like, everybody does that. So
The thing, okay, here's the
make
thing about people don't know.
given,
Restrictions is actually a good thing for you. I mean, not too many restrictions, but like restrictions is the reason why a lot of films are creative.
yeah. I mean, like the Snyder cut needed to be 4 hours because we needed to see the Justice League walk up the stairs, and we needed to see a sesame seed poke the camera in 3D. So
oh yeah, like also Shelby we need 30 minutes of exposition. I was like, Jesus Christ, you can just cut it down to 5 minutes.
yeah. And what's ironic is like people like the opening, like the exposition, because it was different. It was unique. Not unique, but like, it was different from the rest of the film, so it just stood out. Yeah, but like, you got 90 minutes to work with, and you could still tell a story in that 90 minutes. I mean, like, there's a lot of shows that are miniseries, and they get everything they want to do in that miniseries of what they have for their story. I mean, if you're gonna sequel bait everything, then for something that's not guaranteed to have a sequel, then it's like, what's the point of going there?
Yeah.
Obviously, like, aspects of the film and everything like that is like you. I mean, with the runtime with like 92 minutes, it's like you can still do a lot in that time, and it just doesn't feel like a lot was done in that time. So it's like, again, you're talking about two plot points that can have a story in it. It's just you need to connect those two things to justify where you're going. So it's like, I think you can do it in 90 minutes. I just don't think the way it was done has achieved that.
I think I just say this. This is just poorly paced.
It's also poorly paced.
For me, pacing is just like how much is the runtime justified? How much is this scene like accomplished? How many scenes actually accomplish things? So this is how my definition of pacing is. This movie does not accomplish shit.
Yeah.
Jeez, the writing is just find a difference. Just find a writer for your fiction. Is it Zack Snyder falls into the trap of like Rebel Moon and like what Army of the Dead was like, now I want to do directing, producing, writing, and cinematography myself.
Yeah.
Why do you need that? You don't have to. And your Netflix making it for you. Basically, you have unlimited control. And Netflix may give you to make 2 cuts.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it from me.
But yeah, I think that's it. It's like, I guess I will see what Chris is doing next on the big screen. I mean, but honestly, if he's gonna write the next film himself, I'll be like, yeah, it's not. I just don't want to bother.
Yeah, I think the critical thing here is because this is like, obviously we talked about it's not his actual first directorial thing. It's the first time it's being under the lens of like a film on the silver screen and all that stuff, and then it having the opportunity of being checked by Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb and all that stuff. So it's like what do you take from this response, and how do you respond to it? That's going to be the important thing, especially for like when you see a first time director of like this kind of caliber. By the way, not in general, but like how do you take from the Rotten Tomatoes, like, or the critical reception of like fans and critics and all that stuff, and how do you go about the second film, whether it be, obviously, if it's a sequel to this, that's a different conversation, but if it's a brand new project in general, fine, but how do you respond based on like that thing and improve as a creative? So like that's kind of what I'm interested to see, in terms of like, how do you respond from the criticisms that you got from the first time and improve upon what you did wrong and that kind of thing. So that's what I want to know. Because for me, it's like I usually give creatives like maybe 2-3 projects until I decide that, okay, I don't trust them at all. That's kind of where I stand.
It's I just don't. Yeah, I think I've seen enough of Chris to say that he just can't write. I mean, that's okay. David Fincher, do you know David Fincher, like one of the best director like right now? He did not write a single one of his scripts, and that's okay. Quentin Tarantino actually thinks that he's the best non-script writing director ever, and that's okay. Like,
But yeah, I just want to see how do you respond after everything going on right now when you work on your second project, whatever it is. If you choose to write or you choose to not write and like you just focus strictly on the directing, give it to somebody else. I'm just curious to see like what is it what did you get out of this experience of like having a film on the silver screen and the mixed receptions and all that stuff, and how do you take this and improve upon yourself as a creative moving forward, because that's ultimately what you would hope to see from anybody, um, if they learn what lessons did they learn from something that they've done, and how do they choose to improve, or how do they what do they do to make things different, to make things better moving forward. So that's kind of where I stand.
yeah. I'm just got actually. You know what? I think I can check what Chris Stuckmann's next film is. Maybe he has an idea he talked about. Just in case, Chris Stuckmann next film after Shelby Oaks. I yeah, I don't know that he say anything after this.
Yeah, I didn't see anything recently.
Oh well, I just say this. Good luck, babe. And just get a writer. It's fine. I emphasize this. It's fine to get a writer. It's their job to make it better.
Is this movie better or worse than Morbius?
Worse.
Uh,
Worse.
yeah, I'm gonna value like bad movies that are funny because of how bad they are.
Yeah, I mean, at least what
I
Morbius
yeah,
tried.
it also tried.
Yeah, yeah. Shelby Oaks should be 5 minutes long. If you really think about it.
Because the investigative thing did not really was not really relevant, because I'm sure you could have found the answer some other way, and then you find the sister anyway through the happenstance of like demonic coincidence. Because like the thing is, like, she does investigation stuff by learning about who the killer was and the identity of the killer and all this stuff. And then even after that, like it it didn't really matter, because then the demon dogs were like following her anyway. So it's like, just because like she found out that you know, oh, like she found out who the killer was, that didn't really matter,
I
because the
mean,
demon dogs are just like looking after her, and then like they'll guide her to where she needs to go and all that stuff, because the demon likes her for some reason. So it's like, ultimately, like that whole detective angle, you could really cut it out and it doesn't really add anything, because you could just bullshit that, well, the demons likes her, so one day they'll just find, you're ready, we need you to come and find your sister now.
yes, that would be more coherent. That would be more coherent.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, the fact that the demon, the villain literally just killed herself. That was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Sister gone. Mia wakes up sad. She remembers sister like see a demon dog.
Demon dog follows the demon dog, finds her sister in the basement. I'm free. I'm free.
realize that I'm free, and then that's and then I don't know. I guess you have the Satan shit later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Shelby Oaks for you.
Shelby Oaks doesn't have a Morbius song about sex in it, so it already lost. That's true.
Sure.
Yeah. So that was our thoughts on Shelby Oaks, written and directed by Chris Stuckmann. Yeah. Hopefully the next time, don't write. Even your friends are saying that as well. I'm just curious to see how do you respond in terms of like improving yourself as a creative moving forward. But yeah, I mean, we talked about some other creatives who have done some good work post YouTube into actual filmmaking and all that stuff. So you can always support them. Unity is also trying to get his way as a creative in the industry as well one day.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's yeah. I just say this. Film is a collaborative work. You don't have to do it alone.
yeah,
And yeah, Quentin Tarantino said, "Your job as a director is to have a vision, express it as clear as possible, and then hire the right people, and they will make the vision for you."
But yeah, so subscribe to our channels. Another Reviews Core podcast where we archive these videos. Red Devlos review and Unity review and analysis. We talk about movies and TV shows on all these platforms. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Everybody.